We're continuing the FIFA World Cup fever on Football Moshla. USA versus Turkey, the third round of the group stage, just came to an end. A very dramatic game, 3-2. Turkey just won it. And like how I like to say it, soccer lost to football. Just because Europeans play football, US plays soccer. There was a stat that Fox Sports showed, which I did not know actually, that in the last 11 games across all competitions in the United States actually drew twice and lost 9 times. This was the 12th game. So this counts as a loss. So that's 10 losses and 2 draws in 12 games against a European team. I'm smiling. I know that that Adil would have a lot to say as a United States fan, but the fact that they cannot capitalize against this team, the Turkish team, which were not able to do that good against Paraguay and Australia, and they're already on their way home as we speak, and USA to lose to this European team, it's something. It's not Sweden, it's not Netherlands, not Germany. This is a problem.
All of a sudden now this Turkish team is a garbage team now. Like, what happened to all the hype? Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz, my God, they play for Juventus and Real Madrid. Oh my God, then what is that? Shakir plays for Galatasaray. Then
Individually,
who is there?
individually they're good.
Yilmaz, he's fast. What about these players, huh, Fardan? Now this Turkish team is worse than Paraguay and Australia, might. And USA lost to this Turkish team, a Turkish team that did not have anything to play for. They played without fear. Let's talk about the Turkish mentality a little bit, right? Put them under pressure, buckle up. They get flustered. Even though that was not a free flowing team. 2 goals that the United States conceded, like all 3 goals, were garbage defending. But 9 changes to the US team today by Mauricio Pochettino, because 4 players were on yellow cards and they did not risk those players to get suspended against the next opponent, Bosnia and Herzegovina. You should not call them Govinda, by the way, Fardan. I know Fardan is very happy. He's a Gupta anti-US person. Whoever knows the word Gupta, you guys understand that? He is a die-hard anti-US football analyst. Let's put it this way, a podcaster. I am a pro US guy because rightly so. I understand you bring up those stats, but that stats is irrelevant right now because this game was more about momentum, but they lost to Turkey. I would have ideally liked a draw. They should have defended the last goal better, or they should have kept it clean sheet. Christian Pulisic should not get a nutmeg like that, but it is what it is. It's a gut punch to the US national team. I admit that, but I also believe a player like Tyler Adams playing in that midfield, a Chris Richards, that's a different outcome against this Turkish team, so-called full of stars. Arda Güler, oh my God, Rio Ferdinand going crazy about Arda Güler on Twitter when he scored. What the hell is going on with Arda Güler? Is he that damn good? I don't think he's that damn good. He's an average player who got signed by Real Madrid. And Kenan Yildiz, who's that guy? He's playing from the left wing, and then he barely, like, he's giving Joe Scally, a Long Island native, Lake Grove native, a run for his money. Joe Scally cannot even be a right back. Try to do that against Serginho Dest. Dest was not even, he didn't even start.
We
right?
definitely
So,
saw a different change when Des came on.
yeah.
There
And
was
then,
a positive, very positive impact. Well, obviously, when those people, sorry, the players that were benched, who were supposed to start, when they came onto the field, Pulisic, Dest, and the rest, they had a very positive impact. Is that when things that they played high press, right, all the time, pressing very high, before the ball even reaches from one opponent's passer to the other receiver, they're already on them, which is very good. I think that it's an excellent sign. It's very positive. But these guys are still human. They have to run out of gas at one point, which we're seeing towards the last stretch of the game. If they go to the knockout round, they will end up probably going to extra time or something like that. So that's what I'm talking about. Being a fan is not a problem. US is definitely a promising team. Take all my spit out of here for a second. They definitely have the promise and the talent that's required, whether it's Balogun or Pulisic or Dest or McKennie and the rest. But the thing is that when it comes to actually having that tenacity, that which you talk about, or that depth you need, that character you need to hold until the end, it gets the best. It gets the best of you. So it will happen to the best of them as well. Pochettino's tactic definitely very positive, but I think he has to switch it up if he wants to take them forward into this tournament. He has to switch up and not maybe press that high continuously. That's what I feel, because these guys are, they are tired. They are just, the hydration break. Even after the hydration break, they're back to pressing again, and I don't think it's gonna be a good sign for them in the long run.
Well, let's go back a little bit, and this is where this whole thing comes into play. The expectation for the United States men's national team before this World Cup was they're going to go out of the group stage because they kept on losing under Mauricio Pochettino, and he didn't have a fixed set of players or a fixed set of formation that he showed to the entire world. Everybody, including me, and rightly so, we thought this is going to be the end of it. They cannot come out of the group stage. But after the first game, he surprised a lot of people with his tactics, with his pressing strategy, and all the stuff. So, U.S. and men's national team showed up at the World Cup and got the expectation high for the U.S. supporters and U.S. public. Now, here's coming back down to the analytical point of view, the realistic expectation. Bosnia and Herzegovina are gonna sit back. That's a low block team. They gonna rely heavily on Edin Dzeko with the aerial ability of Edin Dzeko, and also he has goal threat footballing ability with his feet. So Chris Richards and Tyler Adams, the spine of the national team, will have to have a great game to contain Bosnia, and then they're gonna frustrate US for long periods of time. It's a low block. US will have to break them down, and it might be a tough match. I will say it's going to be a very tough and physical match for the US men's national team. They might not get out of that game. I hope they do. They beat Bosnia and then go into the next round, but it's going to be realistically, it's going to be a challenge. But yeah, but so far, expectation wise, it was zero because whatever Turkey is doing, packing their bags, flying home tonight, is exactly what we expected of the United States and Australia to do. But it was supposed to be on paper, look like Turkey and Paraguay will actually go into the next round, but it didn't happen that way. So that's what it is. But yeah, and all the let me just get this thing clear. All the chatter about United States gonna win the World Cup, not happening. It's a nice fantasy, but it's not gonna happen. There are way more tougher teams coming their way, and Bosnia is just one of them. But we'll just hope that they can go as far as they have gone in a World Cup. A lot of people don't know they have reached the semifinals in 1930 World Cup when the World Cup started. So that's the highest U.S. men's national team has reached. And then we just hope that they reach the semifinals. It's a tough one for that.
Bosnia is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, and that's a tough iceberg. Anyways, I know Fardhan wants to get the hell out of this conversation. He's just avoiding it. Like he's like, oh, let me just look at this computer and this like, yeah. So we're gonna talk about Ronaldo next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and you guys know what to do. Bye.